Well, arr, 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 arr.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for a wild ride.
Are we?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
On the
yeah.
pain
Okay.
train?
I don't know if it's the pain train. We're just going to see how this goes.
Okay.
So, your options for tonight, you can either play as a duck, you can play as a chonk cat, you can play as a ferret, or a penguin.
I
You
want a
only get
ferret. I want the ferret. I call the ferret.
All right, Phoebe's a ferret.
What, do you have a preference, Rebecca?
You go first, Quinn.
Alright, I'll take the heckin' chonker.
That's a chonk cat.
Damn, boy.
I
Thinking
presume
about choosing the penguin anyway.
I presume that makes me the party barbarian.
He's sick.
You know what? Just because you gave me that idea, I'm gonna give you a catnip thing.
Okay. Since you said that the penguin has low strength and high intelligence, I assume penguin is wazard.
Like it. Right, so
Wait, is the ferret a rogue then?
Yes.
it might be. I mean, okay,
Ferrets
if you guys want to
shit.
do it that way,
Yes.
I mean, if
So
that
we're
works for you.
we're gonna make your rage essentially catnip.
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll give the ferret sneak attack.
My catchphrase for going into rage will be, "Oh Lord, he coming."
Oh Lord, he coming.
We're gonna scream from the sidelines.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
Oh, he's a thick boy. Damn, he thick boy.
And I'm just big brain penguin.
All right. Well, yeah, the penguin has 20 wisdom, so.
Shit.
Wait, I thought you
um,
said it was intelligence. If it's wisdom, then it would be probably a cleric or a druid.
it doesn't matter. He has high intelligence too.
Okay. Either works
So he
then.
has, yeah. So then we're gonna say I'm gonna give you. We already have a range already. And then that means I'll be the duck. And then
What's the duck?
the duck is a duck.
Dog
Just
Quinn.
It's a duck, Quinn.
What do its stats look like?
It has 4 strength, 14 dexterity, 6 charisma, 14 intelligence, 13 wisdom. No, my bad. 6 constitution and 17 charisma.
Oh, it's got that charisma.
It's a very charismatic duck.
So is it a bard, a sorcerer, or a warlock?
We'll say it's a bard.
Of course.
It's a bard. It's a duck. It's gotta be a
It's-
bard.
It
the
sing-
duck bard.
Its music is through its quacks and honks, of course.
Yes.
It's yep, quite.
A honking good duck.
Thank you for the contribution, Putin. Putin
Yeah.
agrees.
Thanks. Anyway, so, as to what your characters are, you don't know. You don't know what your character is like.
Oh,
Because, let me put it for you this way. You've all been true polymorphed from something into what you are now. I.e., you don't know what you were.
oh. So our relative intelligence scores have also gone down, or our stats have been changed into that of our new forms.
Yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. You all know you all know that you were something and you weren't animals, but as to what you were, you don't know.
Now I am just the chonk.
Is this
You
a
are-
Reggie?
Penguin.
You are chunk now. So all of you are going to wake up and you're going to find yourselves in cages. Actually, you're in a very large room. It's kind of dark, so you can't really see too much. But what you can see right now is that. So I'm just gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna put there we go, and then I'm gonna put All right. So as for Phoebe,
Yeah.
my favorite, you can see another cage next to you, but you can't really see into it. You can see that you're clearly strung above the ceiling because the cage is swinging, and you can't see what's in the cage next to you. But it is close enough that you could call out to it if you wanted.
Are we doing
I will
this?
make ferret noises at the other cage.
Are we playing this
Well,
like
you can-
all animals can communicate with each other freely?
Yes, all animals can communicate with each other.
Cool.
Hello.
Okay.
I have a neighbor.
Rebecca, from the cage near you, you hear someone or something saying hello. What do you say?
I'm gonna say nothing, and I'm going to tap my beak at the cage.
Okay, Phoebe, you hear ominous tapping in reply to your hello. Quinlan, on the other side of the room, you're in roughly the same situation. You're in a cage, you can't see much, but there's a cage next to yours, dangling. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna sniff the air to see what it smells like.
Roll for sniff.
Oh, I need to get my dice out. One sec.
God damn it, Quinn.
I'm sorry. I things happened. That's a 9 plus whatever my modifier is. I assume perception.
We're mostly going to be doing straight rolls, honestly.
Okay. I'm
Just because it's easier that way.
This wouldn't be perception. Okay.
You're not quite sure, but it kind of smells like bird shit.
Okay, I smell something related to bird, so I assume bird. So I'm just going to crouch up and like get into the not really understanding the limitations of my cage situation. I'm gonna like crouch down and do the thing where the tail's going back and forth.
As soon as you try and move, because of how thick you are, the cage starts to wobble. Because you were in the middle, but since you started moving because of how chonk you are, the cage is now wiggling, and it slams into the cage next to you, and you hear this in reply. What? Who do that? What? I cage swinging? No way.
I'm just gonna start yowling and saying, does anyone have food? I desire food.
I don't have food. Cage swinging. We don't like. So on the other side of the room, the two of you can hear this going on between banging and slamming and asking for food and not liking the current situation.
I assume my yowls are traveling far enough that if there was actually a person in the vicinity, they could probably hear me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm gonna ask the mysterious tapping noises if they're okay. If there's something wrong.
I don't know how I got here, but I want to get out!
Oh, Jesus!
Clink.
Suddenly yelling
Let me out. Let me out.
Let me out! Let me out!
So, upon Rebecca's penguin screaming, "Let me out," all of the lights come on. Like, all of the torches just... And now the room is completely lit up.
I just do the thing where the cat goes, like, backwards, like, retreat.
As you do that, your cage swings more and then slams back into the other cage.
Don't understand why that cat keeps happening.
As you can see, Mr. Chunk Cat, there is a very unhappy duck in the cage next to you, just kind of like furling its feathers and flapping angrily at you for disturbing its cage.
My pupils dilate.
As for the ferret and the penguin, you two can now see that you are a ferret, and well, you can see that Phoebe's a ferret, and Phoebe, can see that Rebecca is a penguin.
Oh, hello. Neighbor.
Hello.
The rest of the room is basically just a big gray box. But what you notice is there's a big old circle in the center, but you can't tell what's in it because there's a big fence around the whole circle. You also notice that there's some weird looking tiles, kind of, around the circle, they kind of look red, kind of dusty, a little black. Don't know why, though. And on the other side of the room, you can see other cages. So, Quinlan, you can see that on the other side of the room, there are two cages very similar to you and the duck. And they're both holding Yorkies. There's two Yorkies in there.
Okay.
And they're just kind of like, one of them is angrily growling at you because you're a cat, and the other one seems stoned out of its fucking mind.
What?
And it's just kind of like sniffing the cage and then licking the bars. That's really all it's doing. And Phoebe, you noticed that on the other side of the room, there is a chicken that is pecking at the bottom of its cage, and a human baby.
Question
The baby is making baby noises.
question about the chicken.
Yes.
This is important. Does it have large eyeballs with extremely dilated pupils and a vacant look in its expression?
Yeah.
I want death.
So it is in fact our Lord and Savior Havi.
It is not a very intelligent chicken, we'll say that. So, while you're all looking around, you see a very pudgy goblin come down from the ceiling on a magic carpet type of thing. He just kind of floats in, and he looks at you all and goes, "Ah, yes! Welcome to the Grumbus Cage, the battle of the century, where all you blokes have to fight for your humanity. Or Grumbus turned you all into what you are now. And if you don't want to be stuck like this, get to the center of the room, and maybe I'll turn you back. Fight for my amusement."
Are we intelligent enough to know what he's saying?
Yes, you can understand him.
I hiss.
Can I slap the cage in order to like taunt him?
It's like, I have a better idea.
Sure.
What
Okay.
happens if we all kill you instead?
Grumbus will look at you. "I wouldn't recommend doing that, or I'll turn you into a rock. I
Wait.
turned
You
you
don't listen to
into this
anything
because
you're
I
dead.
was bored. I could do it
So
again."
he can understand us too. Is he a
Yes.
Is he a druid?
Perhaps.
You can't turn us into anything else if you're dead, though.
You can't turn back if I'm dead either.
Say,
Being human, so I guess I don't care.
Do you
I
have
might not want you dead, depending on what I was before, but how about I knock you unconscious?
Can I have food?
He just kind of blankly stares and blinks at you like the one eyeball at a time.
I've gone full native already.
and he's just kind of like just float up and just kind of sit over the center aisle. Fight, I guess.
Does he?
Are the cages magically unlocked?
No, they aren't.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's the
pluck
line.
out a feather and try to pick the lock.
Okay. You might need dice.
I'm gonna weasel my way out of mine. Cause
Okay, go ahead. Roll the pluck out a feather.
4.
Unfortunately, you're a penguin and you don't have feathers. So, more or less,
Thumbs.
what you have things to grab with is two flippers. So, yeah, you think there's a feather, you try, and then you realize, oh wait, I don't have feathers.
So much for that high intelligence.
Can I use my rodent hands to undo the lock on my cage?
Okay, so you're gonna try and undo the lock. Go ahead, give me a roll for it.
Rodent
How
hands.
cocky.
Go. That's a 19.
Okay, with your little ferret hands,
They're effective lockpicks.
you use your ferret nubby claws, and you manage to get the lock open.
And as the squishy boy I am, I'm going to leap out of the cage.
Upon seeing that someone's gotten out, I'm going to a dim bulb is going to brighten, and I'm going to realize that the barbarian has their own set of lockpicks. And upon remembering how the cage swung when I tried to move, I'm going to actively try and swing the cage wildly so that it actually just falls and breaks and lets me out.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
I'm going to heft my chonk. Okay, so that's a 1.
You slam into the cage bars and you slip.
Oh.
Right before you slam into the cage bars.
Oh no.
And your cage starts swinging around in circles. And you're not actually hitting anything. It's just going like a ceiling fan. It's just going around in a circle.
All the rest of you here. There might be a hairball happening soon.
the duck. No, dizzy. Don't spin. Tight places. Bad.
Did I spin his cage too?
No, he's getting dizzy watching you. And the duck is going to try and bite off the lock with its beak.
Good fucking luck.
So the duck got a 19. So the duck bites off the lock cage, and he's going to try and flap out of his cage. He's going to try and flutter down. And he didn't do very well. So as he flies out, he's going to get clocked by the swinging chunk cat cage and get stuck on the side and be like, "What? No! No
he just looking in, he sees this cat face. Upon seeing the duck inches away, is going to try and is actively trying to get at him.
And the duck is just gonna have its foot caught, and its foot is caught in the cage, and it's just flapping, and feathers are going everywhere.
And this is happening while we're spinning. Just trying to get us.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's happening.
As for Phoebe, you jump out of your cage. Give me a roll for your landing.
Squishy ferret pod, go! That's a 17.
All right. So as this long noodle jumps out of its cage, it extends to its full noodly length, and it sticks the landing because it used air. Because the air made it softer due to your length, and you managed to hit the floor.
Ferret pod.
So.
Like a weird ferret.
Upon hitting the floor, the baby is going to look at you and start clapping and making happy baby noises. And it is going to try to get out of its cage.
Oh no.
Fuck the baby, no.
The baby got a nat 20.
Oh my god.
So the baby is going to go over to the cage, just kind of stick its hand outside and just unclick the hinge.
Oh, no.
Round 1, fight.
Like nothing. And the baby is going to stare at the ferret noodle and put its hands out, almost as if to say, "I want that noodle."
No, you cannot have my ferret bod. What?
It got another nat 20.
No! I
So
can't dodge!
So the baby is going to sit on the edge of its unlocked cage, and it's going to swing a little bit back and forth. And at the peak height of the cage, it's going to dive out to get that noodle.
No!
Duh, duh,
I'm Katie
There's a hairless,
duh.
there's a hairless baby dive bombing you.
No! I want to run!
We'll get to
Serpentine.
that.
Serpentine.
Serpentine.
Now for the chicken. The chicken is going to notice what the baby did, and it's going to try and recreate that.
In its own chicken ways.
Except it got a 2, so
Oh,
it's just going to... It's going to run into the door and clock its head and knock
Oh, no.
itself out.
Poor Hey
Hey,
Hey.
peck the lock.
So the chicken is knocked out in its cage and doing nothing.
Rip.
The 2 Yorkies are going to look at what Chunk Cat is doing and the duck are doing, and
They wanted.
the angry Yorkie is going to look at the stoned Yorkie and go, "Hey, you! Hey! Slam into me cage. We can get out. We can get that cat. It's fat, so I got good meat. We should get it." The other Yorkie will say, "What? I don't even know why I'm here, man. I was just like, I was doing something, man. All right, jeez. Hey, slam in the cage. Let's do it. Come on, I'm ready." "What? I'm not ready, man. I don't even know what we're doing here." So the angry Yorkie will try and slam its cage into the stone Yorkie. And he gets a 12. So the cages will slam together, and the stone Yorkie will say, "What? Not cool, man. Not fucking cool, dude." And he's gonna resist because he doesn't like what's going on. Oh yeah. So he gets a 16, and he manages to even out his cage to stop it from wiggling and slamming into the other one. "Look, man, I just want to like vibe, dude. Fuck off, man."
So, question about my situation.
Yes.
How thick are the or how wide apart are the bars? Would it be possible for me to reach out of the bars?
It's one of those stereotypical, like, you know, the bird cages where it's that dome type of cage.
So is it like knitted tight? In other words,
You could get a paw out. You could get
Okay.
one paw out.
I'm gonna attempt to grapple the duck.
Okay, the duck is going to try and resist that
Okay.
because it does not want to be there.
Oh,
I'm going to say you can do it at disadvantage because your
Well.
cage is still spinning wildly
okay.
due to this duck.
Well, it didn't change anything.
All right, what'd you get?
6.
Well, the duck got a 5.
Hey.
So you managed to grab the duck's foot that is already caught in the cage.
Oh no, I'm trying to go. I'm aiming for the neck.
Oh, you're aiming for the neck. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so you pin the duck against the swinging cage. No!
I
No!
I would
Don't
let-
spin!
I would like to attempt to use the duck as a lockpick.
You may.
I'm enjoying this
Or,
character.
you know, you could just ask the dog to open your cage.
I am a heckin' chonker. I am playing my character. That's a 13.
Yeah, so you managed to take the duck by the neck and just slam its beak over and over again into the cage to get the
Perfect.
lock off. And upon doing that, the door is now open.
I will tumble out.
All right, you can stick the landing at disadvantage because you're jumping out of a spinning cage.
I also would like to point out that I am a cat and I always land on my feet.
True, but you're also a chunk cat coming out of a
Okay.
spinning cage.
Fair enough. It was worth a shot.
I'm not saying you'll take damage.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Okay, so upon being the hefty boy that you are, also with the discombobulation of, the swinging cage, you go wild, and you fly all the way across the room and slam into the stoned Yorkie cage, and you break the door off of the stoned Yorkie cage, and the stoned Yorkie will look at you and go, "What the heck, man? This is my safe space, dude. Come on."
I would like to cough up a hairball.
Roll for hairball.
Okay, I'll roll if you want. I was more intending it to be an involuntary response. to being flung across
I
the
want to
room.
see how big the hairball
Okay.
is.
Fair enough. It is size 14, my dude.
Okay, so you cough up a sizable hairball right in front of this Yorkie, and really, man? Like, up in my space, dude? What the hell?
I would like to intimidate the Yorkie.
Okay. Roll for intimidation.
I like my ears slick back and my face goes like a full hiss mode. 16.
All right. The Yorkie is going to just kind of like just squint at you and just back up a tiny bit. Dude, stop cramping my style. God.
You work for me now. Get me food.
What? No, man. So the angry Yorkie is going to look at you. What? Get you food? No, you are food. I will eat you. And the angry Yorkie will slam its cage into the stone Yorkie's cage. And I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh no. Oh,
You are not very dexterous.
No, but wouldn't that just usually mean a low modifier?
There is no modifier.
That's a 15.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So you managed to hang on to the stoned Yorkie cage, just barely, because you're very, very chonk.
Yes.
And the angry Yorkie will go, I will eat you. And it's going to try and bite off the lock to its cage with its...
Okay.
Ooh, 19. So it just chomps right through it, and it sticks its head out of the cage looking at your fat chunk ass. I will eat.
So here's the thing. Yorkies are small, right?
Yeah, they're not too big.
So I would like to loom over this Yorkie with the sheer heft of my chonk and try to
see, but here's the thing. You're hanging on to the stone Yorkie cage.
Gotcha.
So the angry Yorkie cage is next to it, and he's leaning his head out looking at your dangling ass.
I thought they were both in the same cage.
No, the cages are separated.
Can I not let go?
You can let go.
I would like to let go.
Okay, you let go, and you fall to the floor on your fat ass, and you take no damage because your ass is that fat.
Perfect.
Your loins have protected you. Now, Mrs. Penguin, you're still in your cage, and everybody else has gotten out.
I'm just going to fold my little penguin-y flippers looking pissed, and I'm going to try to bite the lock off.
Okay.
Seven.
So you pack the lock, and it just does nothing.
Let me out!
So back to our favorite Noodle. Noodle, there is a baby about to just connect with you.
God.
And it is drooling, it is slobbering, and it wants you. What do you do?
I'm running towards the heckin' chunker.
You're running towards... okay, so... if you're going to go across the room, okay, there are those weird-looking tiles, and there's that thing in the center, the big circle with the walls around it, so you can't see over it. So if you try to get to Mr. Chonk, you're going to have to go over those weird-looking tiles. Or, you notice that there's some, there's some stones sticking out of the wall. So if you wanted to, you could try and climb on the wall to avoid the weird-looking tiles.
You know what? Dad, I'm gonna climb the wall.
Okay, so you are trying to get to the wall, and I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw to dodge this baby.
Jesus. This is awkward not knowing my stats. What is that? It's an 18.
Okay, you manage to slide out of the way. You kind of like curl yourself up like a spring, and the baby slides on its ass, just like right past you. And it tries. You feel it like touch your tail, but it was going too fast, and it misses you. But this baby still wants you because it wants that noodle.
No.
So it's gonna come after you.
No.
So you make it to the wall. I'd like you to roll me a strength check to climb the wall, and the baby is also going to try to climb the wall after you.
Fuck.
Please say the baby has disadvantage for
Please
being a baby.
please
being
tell me
a
the
baby.
baby has fucking Tarrasque stats.
You don't know.
Oh, get fucked, baby, net 20.
Okay.
Those words were just spoken.
Oh god.
The baby got a 15, so it's going to climb after you, but not as fast. So you managed to just noodle your way up this wall.
So you're telling me the baby's just suction cupping itself to the wall?
Yeah. hey, if that baby can suck titties, it can suck wall.
This is
No!
the Terminator of babies.
Alright, you're fine.
God damn!
It wants that noodle.
Nerf the baby.
So,
Baby OP, please nerf.
Sorry, yeah.
so you have made it halfway across the room, and the baby is trailing a couple seconds behind you. I'd like you to make me another check to keep climbing the wall.
Oh shit, okay.
And the baby will try. All right.
Is this a chase run?
It is a chase from the baby.
17.
17. Okay, well, the baby also got a 17.
Fuck.
So you guys, you've made it across the room, and the baby is still climbing, but he wants that noodle.
He wants that noodle.
So upon you
Go get
making
the
it,
chunker instead.
upon making it to the other side of the room, you have a bunch of feathers fall down onto you, and you look up, and you notice the duck hanging by its foot. Ow! Spin bad! Get me down!
I can't.
The duck is going to try and wriggle out of the cage. And the duck, he didn't do so well. But he starts struggling, and you hear the cage hinges kind of like groan.
Oh no.
And the ceiling cage snaps with the duck attached to it.
Oh no.
What? No! So there is now a ceiling cage plummeting towards you with this duck.
I'm going to try and leap jump to intercept.
Intercept the cage.
Because I am hungry and I see a duck.
Okay. Roll for interception.
This is not rational thought. This is just one.
Not one. So you try to intercept and jump, and you end up jumping inside of the cage, and the door shuts behind you.
Are you?
Oh my god.
But while it's falling.
Yes. And the cage slams into the floor. The duck gets free, and now you're stuck inside the cage that you got out of. Again.
I'm going to start. Well, this cage is no longer connected to anything.
No, it's just on the floor now.
So I'm just going to try and move it with my chonk across the
Okay,
floor.
so the cage is on its side, so you could roll it essentially.
Yes, I'm going to hamster ball this.
Okay, the duck and the ferret, who are next to this cage that is now hamster balling towards them. What? No! Stop! No good!
Here's a question. Where's the goblin in all this?
He's floating above the center island. He's up towards the ceiling. You can see him.
Okay.
He's watching for his amusement.
Okay.
So the duck will start running away from the cage as it's coming towards him. What do you do, Noodle?
Noodle?
What does Noodle do?
I don't climb higher, I don't know.
No, you're with the duck in front of the cage. You could so the duck is choosing to run backwards. You could run to the side or you could run backwards.
I'm gonna run to the side.
Okay, you run to the side and get out of the way of the cage while this cage is rolling after this duck. Unfortunately, there's a baby on the wall, and it's looking to dive bomb you again.
Oh no!
And it's gonna jump off the wall to get to you.
Oh Jesus!
Please tell me it accidentally runs into the penguin cage.
Spider baby.
It got a 15, so
Okay.
roll me a dex save.
Okay.
This poor penguin
on.
hasn't been able to join this.
I know!
I'm keeping these fucking micro dice. That's another nat 20.
Okay, so the baby tries to dive into the ferret, but the ferret just gets out of the way.
This is one
And the
agile
baby-
ferret.
The baby
It's a ferret,
slides. It just slides. And the cage that was chasing the duck, there's now a baby between you and the duck, Mr. Chunk. But we'll get back to that.
Okay.
So the penguin, still in its cage, the goblin is going to come down from the ceiling and kind of look at you in your cage. Well, Mr. Penguin, still locked up, are we?
I'm just gonna like stare at my flippers, and then I'm going to lie down on the floor, use my feet to unlock the cage because there's nothing else that could possibly work.
Go ahead. Roll for it.
8.
So the goblin is just going to look at you and go, well, you tried, Mr. Penguin, but that's okay. I am a merciful god, and he will unlock the cage for you, and he'll say to you, there's always a price, and he will grab you and yeet you to the other side of the room.
I don't even know who I was, and I don't even know who I am anymore. I guess I just need to go with it. Ah!
So as you're being yeeted across the room like a football, you actually get a look over the walls, and you notice that there's a big moat filled with water, and there's kind of like a big stone circle in the center, and there's some ropes going to the center. Now, you don't quite see what's in the moat, but you see something splashing around in there.
Uh-oh.
Don't know what though. And as you fly across the room as a flightless bird, you slam into the stone Yorkie cage, and the stone Yorkie will look at you and go, "Huh? Another one? Come on, man! This is my space, dude. You're cramping me. God,
This is your space. Oh, so this is your space now. You want a different space. I'll pick up the Yorkie and just throw it.
You're gonna throw the Yorkie? Go ahead and give me a roll."
Eat the Yorkie time.
Wow, my rolls are awful though. 9.
He got a 14, so he's gonna I'll say that the two of you are struggling in a grapple right now. What? No, don't touch me, man. Stop. Personal space.
Just slapping with the flippers.
God, no. And you can make one more roll to try and throw this Yorkie out.
By the way, I went through like so many. 16.
And he got a 13.
Yay!
So the stone Yorkie gets pegged out of the cage. What? No! This is so not last week, dude! And he will shoot out of the cage and slam into the baby.
I
Oh,
will assert my dominance with a penguin
And
straw.
the baby will grab the Yorkie off of its head and notice that this is not my noodle.
Oh no.
And the baby will chuck the stoned Yorkie at the cage, tumbling towards it.
oh my god. This baby is vicious.
And
Dude,
Chonk
not
Cat,
the baby.
Yeah.
this Yorkie slams into your cage and
Oh.
sets you off course. And you end up slamming into the wall. And the door of your cage breaks off.
Okay, can I exit?
Yes, you may exit now.
Okay.
But I would like you to make me a roll because of how fucking dizzy you are if you get out right now.
Oh no. Okay, that's a 19. I think I manage.
So you manage to get out of the cage, and you barf up a hairball or two on your way out.
Of course, like you
And
do.
as you get out, you see the duck is cackling at you. It's looking at your fat chonkedness, and it's going, "Ha! Dumb cat! Fat! Ah!"
How close is the duck to me?
The duck is he's about 15 feet away. He's over by the baby.
So you remember earlier when I tried to go into pouncing position?
Yes.
I would like to do that, please.
Go ahead.
So I hunker down, squat, tail starts twitching back and forth, and then
The duck will wide-eye look at you and go, "No! Bad!" And it will turn around and point its ass at you.
and zoop, I'm going to just leap and try and turn this duck into a pile of feathers.
I would like you to roll me a dice. I need you to make a check.
Well, I would also like to go into "Oh Lord, he coming" mode if that's possible.
You want catnip? Well, okay. If you feel like using some catnip.
Yes.
So this cat, kind of like his eyes just go stark red and bloodshot as he dives for this duck. Now I need you to roll me a check here.
Why? Why
What's
do you do me like this?
What's the number?
It's another one.
Okay, you needed to make a 15. So this duck that pointed its ass at you blasts you with a load of white creamy duck shit.
Oh no.
And it goes right in your face and blinds you, and you just completely miss this duck.
Oh no.
And instead, you slam into the baby.
Oh. I would like to immediately go into like over affectionate cat mode. Like turn on the charm to 100.
The baby will look at this fat cat and just kind of look at it and go, "This isn't my noodle," and it's going to throw you.
How? I have chonk.
It's a baby.
Still, this is a heckin' chonker of a cat. How do you eat the chonk?
Because you're fat, you don't fly very far.
Okay.
And you just kind of go 5 feet towards the angry Yorkie's cage.
Oh.
But the baby, without its noodle, it wants its noodle. And it is going to just kind of rapidly crawl as fast as it can towards the noodle, drooling and making happy baby noises.
No! I will bite you!
Are you gonna bite the baby?
No, I'm gonna fucking run.
Are you gonna run?
If he gets me, I'll bite him, but I'm gonna run for now. That goblin said to go to the weird center thing, right?
He did.
I guess I'll start making my way towards the weird center thing then.
All right. I'm gonna need you to try and dodge this baby.
Okay. That's 15?
Well, the baby got a 19.
No!
Uh-oh.
And the baby is going to grab you by your back end and like right where your back legs are. And it's gonna go and it's gonna start reeling you in like a fishing line.
No! I'm gonna snap around and bite it!
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
As for Mr. Penguin, yeah, you're on the other side of the room. You're up on the stone Yorkie's cage, and the angry Yorkie is going to look at you and go, "Are you food? I will eat you." And it's going to try and dive out of the cage to eat you.
Is he penis
I am going
cupcake?
to... Can I, abscond?
Well, make a roll.
Oh, actually, no. I'm going to bitch slap with my penguin flipper because I'm done. And that's a 18.
Well, he only got a 6. So you bitch slap this Yorkie with your penguin flipper, and he just plummets to the floor. And upon hitting the floor, he's going to take 4 damage.
Does not have the chonk.
He is not strong. And upon hitting the floor, he will notice that he's very near that chunk cat.
Oh no.
You are food. I will eat you. And he's going to start chasing you, chunk cat.
Am I still blinded?
By bird shit?
Yes. Can I get it off?
You can try to get it off.
I would like to get it off, please.
Okay.
It's very inconvenient. I'd like to just start rubbing with my paws and trying to get it off.
Okay, so you get the bird shit off your eyes, but as soon as you do, there's now an angry Yorkie right in front of you into dive mode.
Okay, now I would like to loom with my chonk and intimidate it.
Okay, roll for intimidation.
Let's see which dice is not going to betray me. Let's try this one. That's a 6.
So this angry Yorkie dives right into you and starts biting your chonk.
Oh no.
Let's see if he... Nope, you are too chonky for him to... So he bites your flab, and it just does nothing. And he just gets a mouthful of chonk fur.
Would
and
you
just
say...
ends up spitting it out, going...
Would you...
Food!
Would you say he's more or less, like, attached to me at this point?
I mean, he's in your fur. Like, he has his mouth in your fur.
And the baby did not eat me too far, as you said. So
No.
I would like to pull him in towards the baby, so he becomes a victim of the baby's wrath.
The baby's wrath.
The baby's non-noodle wrath.
Yes.
So you push the Yorkie towards the baby, but the baby is too enamored with its noodle,
Oh no.
and it is going to try and reel in the noodle.
No,
not the
bite
noodle.
it. I'm gonna bite it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for bite.
18.
Unfortunately, that does not hit the baby.
What?
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 What is its AC?
What? What the fuck?
What? Unfortunately, that does not hit the baby.
What the fuck?
And the baby will try and reel you in. And the baby pulls you in a little bit closer. You're about halfway pulled up to this baby as it dribbles and happily drools and laughs. Anyway, the duck, looking at all this chaos, will just kind of blink and go, I will get to the center first. Yeah. Ah! And it's going to start running towards the center. Anyway, Mr. Penguin, upon seeing all of the chaos that's going on, you are above it all. What do you do?
I'm going to try to find the exit. Just gonna leave.
There is no exit.
What are you talking about?
You are in a room that is 4 walls.
What?
There's no way out. I mean, there's
What
this.
about the weird ropes?
But that's towards the center island in the middle of the room. The only way out of the room that you know of is how Grumbus got in on his magic carpet via the ceiling.
Grumbus! Take pity on me once again!
Grumbus will hover over to you. Oh, poor little penguin. Are you having trouble with the challenge?
I'm going to flop on my belly and groan.
Oh, here. You seem to be having a rough time. I'll give you something to make it a little better for you. And he's going to give you a pair of shoes for your feet.
At least
I
you're
will
not
put them on,
looked by a
and then
baby.
I will try to kick him.
Okay, roll to kick Grumbus.
Nat 20!
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So Grumbus, you kick Grumbus, and he kind of like winces and just kind of looks at you. And he takes 1 damage and then grabs you by your flipper and goes, no. And then just throws you down into everything in the chaos that's going
Just no.
Oh, bad.
Anyway, so now you're down with all of the cast. You're near the baby with the chunk cat and everything.
Help!
And the angry
The angry Yorkie. The stone Yorkie, looking at all of this, is going to go, what's going on, man? What are you guys doing? I don't even know, man. I'm just gonna leave. And he's gonna start walking towards the center.
Okay.
So the baby is trying to reel in its noodle.
Help!
Penguin or chunk cat, do you help the noodle?
Let's see. What are my current circumstances? I'm being pursued by an angry Yorkie, or attacked by an angry Yorkie. I'm trying to just get the angry Yorkie to. I'll try to yeet the Yorkie at the baby.
All
Oh
right.
god.
Ice the baby with something that isn't me.
Destroy the baby.
Apparently that's nigh impossible.
My dice continue to hate me. That's a 7.
Okay, so you try and push the Yorkie towards the baby, and the baby just kind of like, while it's flailing to get its noodle, ends up smacking the Yorkie back into you. And the angry Yorkie will go, you are food. I will eat you. Ooh, and the Yorkie got an 18, which does get through your chunk.
No.
What happened to the duck?
The duck is going towards the center of the room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you only take 1 damage, though, Mr.
Okay.
Chunk Cat.
I'm a tank. Let's see. Can we just turn into a cartoon ball of violence? I try to claw at him back. I would like to rage.
You would like to... Okay, well, you're already on cat.
Oh, okay, I'm already on catnip, so I would like to savage.
So you're going to grapple the Yorkie and just tumble with him.
I'm attacking him, but that is what the attack looks like.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and roll.
Let's go with this one. 8.
8. Unfortunately, that does not hit the Yorkie.
Normally,
And
you have
guys are just-
modifiers for this sort of thing. That should
Too bad. And yeah, you guys just tumble around, just kind of nipping and clawing, but not really doing any damage to
maybe
each
we'll
other.
collide with something more dangerous.
Then, as this is happening, the penguin, you are near the baby. The noodle is being reeled in by the baby.
Well, I'm just gonna take this moment to relax, meditate, and I'm going to try to summon what my past self would try to do at this kind of moment.
Okay. You try and recall your past life. Go ahead, give me a roll.
3.
Yeah,
penguin.
you look up into the cosmos as you meditate, and you meet with the great, infinite Geraldo, and his starly presence graces
Infinite
you
wisdom.
as he looks down and goes, "My child, I was never here."
I'm going to try to flip him off and then realize that I just have the 2 flippers.
Yeah, you're gonna try and flip him off, and then you realize that you're just flipping off nothing. And then you come back.
Good stuff.
It's like,
Help, please.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll try to do that.
Okay, you're gonna try and help the noodle?
Yes.
How do you help the noodle?
By wing slapping the baby.
You're gonna try and slap the baby.
That has been my resolution to everything
Okay.
so far.
Roll to slap the baby.
Okay.
Baby,
Nat 1!
So the baby is going to just grab you and tuck you under its arm. Because you know what? You look like a shorter noodle.
This feels like death.
And upon the penguin not doing much for you, you are now fully reeled in, Mr. Noodle. And the baby, having its two noodles, will just look at them both and go, ah, ah. And it will pet you both on the head and then cuddle you and then let you go.
I guess this wasn't that bad, question mark. I thought he was gonna eat me there for a minute.
It's a baby.
Yes, babies put things in their mouth.
Slightly to your left, you hear sounds of yowling and scratching and barking.
I'm not getting into that.
Anyway.
I'm a tiny noodle.
So the baby is going to look at the center of the room, and it's going to take interest in it, and it's going to start crawling over to that. So now the duck, the stoned Yorkie, and the baby are all making their way to the center of the room.
I'm gonna run as fast as my noodle legs will carry me to the center of the room.
Okay. The duck, upon seeing the different colored tiles with some of the black soot on them, will kind of like stare, and being the cautious duck that it is, it'll stop. No like. Bad color. The stoned Yorkie will come up to the duck. Dude, what are you on, man? What's the problem? Don't like. You go first. The Yorkie will look at the duck, kind of just haphazardly blink. Fine, man. I just want to fucking get out of here, dude. Come on. And it will take one step onto those red tiles, and a jet of flame comes out of the tile and completely incinerates the Yorkie.
Oh no.
Oh!
And that stoned Yorkie is dead.
Oh god.
I know what I must do.
The duck will just kind of take a few paces back. Fire! No good! And it is going to attempt to fly. It can't fly very good, but it's going to try and flap over the red tiles. All right, it manages to get across the red tiles just barely, but it makes it. And it is now across the red tiles, and the only thing that stands in its way is this big wall that's blocking the center of the room. So, upon the Yorkie being incinerated, the chicken wakes up.
What does hey do?
And the chicken is going to start violently thrashing inside of its cage.
Oh yeah, it's still in its cage. I forgot about that.
Right.
And it's going to swing the cage like as much as it can. And then it's going to slam with all of its weight towards one side. All right. So this cage detaches from the ceiling and just rockets across the room with the chicken still inside of it.
Who is it headed towards?
Grumbus. And Grumbus, who was watching what was unfolding on the other side of the room, does not notice the cage. And the cage will slam into him.
Oh, shit.
And the cage will slam into Grumbus and hit him on the back of the head. And he will take 6 damage from that.
Oh, fuck.
And Grumbus, unhappily, will grab the chain from the top of the cage after it hits him and look at the chicken and go, You've been a very naughty bird. I have something in store for you, Mr. Chick. And he is going to reach into the cage and poke the chicken and then toss the cage down.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
What did he just cast?
I don't know. What did he just cast?
So I'm
He turned the chicken into a bomb.
so I'm still in a ball of cartoon violence with this dog, right?
Yes, you are.
Could I attempt to move said ball of violence towards the red tiles and try and yeet him onto the tiles?
You may.
All right. God, I trust none of these dice.
Same. I'm in the same boat.
Fella, give you my micro
That's
dice.
fucked. Hang on. 13. Not as terrible.
Okay, you manage to unfurl your violence, and he is now facing the red tiles with you on the the other side facing him. But you could probably push him into the red tiles.
I would like to.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. He's going to
Okay.
try and test you.
Okay. Come on. No! Well,
What?
I hope he rolled poorly because I got a 7.
He got a 15.
Oh,
No.
no.
So you are now locked
And
in with this
just
Yorkie.
Mortal Kombat. just a-
You will be food. I will eat you. And as the two of you are locked in Mortal Kombat, the chicken cage starts to rumble. And it breaks open.
Oh, no.
Like, it just flies everywhere. And you are now looking at a shark
Oh,
with feet.
Excuse you, what?
What?
And this
A
shark with
land
feet.
shark?
This shark, it has human feet on its underbelly.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate it.
And
I
it's
don't
not
like
it's not like it doesn't have legs. It just has the feet that can just like move it a little bit. And it is going to look at what's going on. And it is just going to start rushing towards the penguin.
What? Why?
Because sharks eat penguins.
No.
Yeah, they do.
So there is this very it's not very mobile. It's kind of like sliding around on its feet. It's really awkward, but it's trying to get you.
Okay. What I'm going to do... I'm going to take off one of my shoes, and I'm going to chuck it at the shark,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to run in the opposite direction of the shark.
Okay, roll to throw your shoe.
Shit. 2.
You throw your shoe and it just smacks you in the face.
Oh.
And yeah, that's really all it does. Anyway, so this shark is going to slam into you.
What?
But again, it's very wonky on its movement. And really all that's going to happen is it's going to try and eat you, but it's going to miss. And you're going to slide into its big blubbery body and slide along its body and go through its tail. And upon hitting the tail, it's going to whack you up into the ceiling,
What?
where you will come face to face with Grumbus again.
Hey, can I have another shoe?
Grumbus
I'm kind of missing
will
one.
reach out and grab you by your penguin. You keep asking me for handouts. Grumbus thinks you're getting an unfair advantage.
How? It was just shoes.
It was just shoes. And Grumbus is going to poke one of your flippers, and it turns into a slice of pizza. And then he's going to let go of you.
How is this supposed to help? Should I roll for being traumatized?
Roll for pizza flipper.
That's a 3. I think I just have this look of defeat on my face.
Yeah, you just hit the floor and now you have a pizza flipper. Yeah, that's what happens to you. As for the duck is going to look at the wall and inspect it cautiously. Yeah, the duck, it looks at the wall, it figures some things out, and it is going to try and climb the wall. All right, Mr. Noodle.
Hello.
Yes. You were trying to get to the center of the room, but
Yes.
there's a baby, there's a shark, there's a Grumbus. Well, Grumbus is just watching. But mostly the baby and the shark.
He likes to watch.
He likes to watch. So what do you do?
I'm gonna channel my sneaky mode and try and move around this chaos.
Okay. Roll for navigation, I suppose.
What? Hey!
Why are you getting such good rolls?
It's my micro dice. It's my first time using them.
I've been getting shit rules over here.
I'm sucking up your good rolls. It's a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah, you spring. You're like a spring. You just like get a ferret accordion, just squash and stretch as you need to make your way through all of this. And you manage to get all the way to the red tiles, unscathed, where you come face to face with a chonk cat and an angry Yorkie.
In Mortal Kombat.
Locked in Mortal Kombat. So, Mr. Chonk, what do you do?
I'm going to, how focused is the dog on me right now? Would you say completely?
The dog? He's completely focused on you right now.
I would like to attempt to briefly distract him by looking at the new visitor to our fray, the noodle, and sort of look in that direction to try and distract him, so that I can use that distraction to push him the rest of the way onto the tiles.
He pays no mind to the noodle. He wants you.
Can I roll again to push him onto the tiles?
Go ahead.
This one. 14.
Well, he only got a 3.
Hey!
So you will push him onto the tile, and it clicks, and nothing happens.
Nani?
And the two of you kind of stop for a moment, and the angry Yorkie says, "Wow, that's weird."
Food?
And then, Grumbus will kind of peer over his magic carpet. Cheap piece of shit. Only worked one time. What the hell? And Grumbus will pull out his magic wand and then cast something at the Yorkie.
Oh?
Okay.
And all of the Yorkie's feet will turn into soap.
Good stuff.
I would like to use said soap feet to slide him across the room like a hockey puck.
Yes, and he does, and he air hockeys across the room. What? No, you food! I eat you!
We'll see where he ends up. I will make my way across the tiles.
Alright, you make your way across the tiles. As for the penguin with its pizza flipper.
Well, I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh.
To what?
I don't want this to slow me down.
Huh?
Oh.
I'm going to have to.
Are you gonna eat your pizza flipper?
Yes.
God
Okay.
damn it.
I don't want anything to be attracted to me because of my food flipper.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut it off
So,
and get rid of the evidence.
so you try and rip it off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you rip it off. Then you don't need to roll for it.
Okay.
So you rip it off, and then immediately a new one grows back.
What? What?
Endless SpongeBob pizza
So-
flippers.
I've made it across the tiles, but upon seeing that there's a source of infinite pizza flipper, my head just sort of
God.
swivels around.
Just head on a swivel, just pizza comes up.
Oh god, oh god.
God damn it, Nail.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna take this distraction
I'm
to
going
keep
to
moving
just
across the
shout
top.
out to the ceiling. Hey, fuck you for this.
And Grumbus will peer over his carpet and go, "Now that's how you feel," and he'll zap you, and now you have 2 pizza flippers.
I am a blur. I'm just a blink.
I'm gonna take all of this distraction to move across the tiles. Thanks.
Okay, you move across the tiles, and fortunately for you, Grumbus is quite distracted and doesn't even notice.
Hell yeah.
So, as you get over to the wall, the duck has managed to sort of get up it. He's climbed about halfway, but all he's been doing is slamming his beak into the wall to create like a divot for him to grab onto, and he just does that every couple of steps he gets up. It's very slow and inefficient, but what would you expect from this duck?
He's doing his best. I can respect that.
So now the shark with feet
Oh no.
is going to smell the pizza,
Oh
and it's going to try and turn around and see the pizza.
It's not gonna
And
work.
at the same time, the baby will perk up at the smell of pizza.
no. Oh no. And at the same time, the chonk is heading towards the source of pizza.
So the baby and the shark with feet, they want that pizza.
And the chomp.
No.
And the chonk.
Everybody
So-
wants the penguin pizza.
Alright, the baby rolls an 11. Shark rolls an 18.
Do I need to roll
Give
as
me a
well?
roll, Give me a roll, Pizza Penguin.
What about me?
Go ahead, roll.
15.
8.
Okay. 8. Well, so this is what happens. The baby rushes you, and Chonk Cat also rushes you, but then the shark just comes in and body checks them out of the way. And it's just focused on your pizza flippers. Like, it doesn't even care about you. It just wants the pizza. So what do you do?
I'm going to. Okay, is there like anything hanging from the ceiling?
Okay, well, there's a very easy solution to this. It wants the pizza, right?
Yes.
Rip it off and
Okay.
throw it at him.
And then you have infinite pizza, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Fuck that. I'm just going to try to find something to fly up to.
You can't
With
fly.
what? You can't fly.
I'm going to try my best.
Okay, roll and see if you fly with pizza flippers.
19!
Okay, the penguin starts flapping its pizza wings. And surprisingly, they're a lot bigger than penguin wings. And it manages to get up to where Grumbus is. And Grumbus, upon realizing that he's given you the power of flight, will look at you and go, "Ha, not what I expected." And he's gonna zap you. And he's gonna turn both of your wings into calzones.
No!
And the calzones are too heavy, and you plummet.
Fucking calzone arms.
Give me a moment.
I will be significantly less enticed by the calzones and go back across the tiles.
Oh, calzones are just inverted pizzas.
I am a simple chonk with simple needs.
Anyway, so upon the penguin now being part calzone, the shark is kind of like, well, it's not really interested anymore because it too wanted pizza. The baby, it kind of wanted pizza too, and now it wants something chunky. If you know what I mean.
No.
And the baby is going to start bum rushing Mr. Chonk.
I'm already headed towards the wall.
And the shark, it wants something kind of baby-ish, if you know what I
Oh
mean.
no.
Oh no.
And I want something kind of duckish. So we're just a conga line.
The fucking circle of life.
Anyway, so Chonk Cat, you look over your shoulder, and there's a baby bum rushing you, with an even larger shark with feet bum rushing that baby.
I go into I like crouch down to like go faster and try and make it to the wall.
Go faster. So you're gonna try and climb the wooden wall around
Yes,
the circle.
I have claws.
Yes, you do have claws, but you're fat.
Yes, I'm just like wiggling and scrabbling my way up.
What do you think of fat
The
cat?
duck,
Ew.
upon realizing that Chonk Cat is climbing after it, what? You dumb cat! No!
Food.
And it is going to angle its ass at you.
I move out of the way. I do like I'm trying to climb at it at an angle to a
Well, give me a roll.
for God's sake. 12.
12. All right. I'll say that you managed to angle yourself, and the duck shit ends up sliding past you and going onto the noodle.
No!
What?
I was about to climb again.
Yeah, you were at the bottom. The cat was climbing, so it went past the cat and hit you.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry. Wanted to hit dumb cat.
Maybe don't just randomly shit next time.
Can't help. Irritable bowels.
It's all funny games.
I
until
ate
some
trash.
irritable bowel syndrome. Thank you, Matt.
So, Noodle, you are now half covered in duck shit.
Is it in my eyes?
No, it's just on the middle of you.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore the duck shit for now and use my micro claws to scramble my way up the wall.
Okay, you managed to scramble past Chunk Cat because you're surprisingly more nimble than Oh Lord He Comin'.
Oh,
No,
Lord. It's apparently it's pronounced Laud. It's spelled ALAWD.
Calzone Penguin. Everyone is ignoring you.
No one wants you anymore.
What do you do?
Oh. I'm going through some post-traumatic calzone depression. I'm going to just look at my calzones and again wonder what was my life like before this.
Go ahead and roll.
6.
Okay, you close your eyes and you go back up into the infinite cosmos of whatever the fuck. And again, you see Spectral Geraldo, and he looks at you, and you look at him, and he says, seriously, Stop finding me.
What was my life like? I have calzone hands now.
I want my
Geraldo
life
is going
back.
to look at you and just kind of like, how the fuck should I know? I'm not even like involved in this one shot. Like, come on, man. And he's just gonna kind of take a deep breath and go, well, I mean, it does kind of suck that you have calzone hands and you're penguin and all. And, I don't know what I could do for you. He's gonna reach into his pockets and he's just kind of like, he's gonna fish around. You know, he's gonna look for something. Oh, where would I put it? It's gotta be in here somewhere. I wonder. Yes. Where could you be? Give me a minute here, Mr. Calzone Penguin. Having some trouble. Oh, here it is. He's going to pull out what looks like a 20-sided dice that's red and black.
Oh no.
And he's going to hand it to you and say,
Oh no.
yeah, you can have this for a while.
Oh no.
I'm going to try to grab it, but it slips out of my calzone hands.
Yep.
It just falls into nothingness.
And then you come back to reality. And if you're asking, yes, I did give her the edgelord die.
Alright. In that case,
There is
I'm just
death in
going
this penguin's eyes.
I'm going to try to go into my own rage mode.
Your own rage mode.
Yes,
Penguin rage.
where I
The
can
only-
walk on air to bitch slap the main man.
Go ahead, roll for it.
Forgot what his name was, by the way.
Grumbus.
Yes, I'm going to try to bitch slap Grumbus.
How's that edgelord working out for you?
She's got a 5.
Bad!
So, yeah, you toss a calzone at him, and he grabs it out of the air and goes, "Hey, Mr. Penguin, I was getting a bit peckish." He's gonna start munching on it.
Get me out of here!
And if you want to get out, you gotta go towards the center. Alright, fine, I'll stop playing with you, Christ. And he's going to zap you again, and your calzones are going to turn into human hands.
That's terrifying.
What?
So that
That's
looks horrifying, but it's
horrifying.
probably the most useful thing he's done.
I would like to believe that my calzones hatched to like form human hands.
That is horrifying.
Yes.
Never say those words again.
There you go. I should help you out.
My calzones were shaking, and then hands sprouted from them.
Stop it.
Yep.
Oh, that's awful. So cursed beyond belief.
Anyway, Chonk Cat, you are climbing behind the duck.
Yes.
When the duck is climbing in front of you,
Yes.
what do you do?
I mean, I'm still climbing.
Alright.
I would like. I don't see a change in my course of action.
Would you like to roll to climb
Yes,
faster?
I would.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Yeah, the duck got a 13. So you are going to be holding onto the wall, and you're going to slide down a little bit, kind of like cats do when they hold onto curtain drapes.
I yowl complainingly.
And upon doing that, the baby grabs you by the tail. Because now you're low enough so that the baby can grab you.
My hair goes up on end and I hiss. Like full angry cat mode.
And as you look back to see the baby holding you and laughing, that shark with feet is right behind the baby.
I climb faster.
There's a baby weighing you down.
I would like to claw at the baby's face.
Oh.
I'm a cat and it just grabbed my tail.
Go ahead and roll to scratch the baby.
Remember, I got an 18 and it didn't.
There we go.
Powerful baby.
How's a nat
What?
20?
Oh, that'll hit the baby. Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Oh,
Do
when
touch the
when the chonk hits.
Do not touch the
That's a 3. But I'm hoping it lets go in surprise.
Well, it's a 3, so you nat 20, so double it to a 6.
So 6. 6, yeah.
Okay, so the baby takes 6 damage, and it's gonna look at you kind of like teary-eyed, like, why would you do that to me?
Angry chonk is angry.
It is going to then go from, why would you do that, to, you bastard,
Oh no.
and grab you with both hands by the tail.
Oh no.
Oh.
And it's gonna start pulling you down into it.
No.
At the same time, the shark is gonna lunge at the baby.
Oh dear.
Except the shark got a 2, and that's not
Oh.
enough to hit the baby. So the shark is going to slam body check into the baby. The baby's going to get shot up and body check into the cat's ass and rocket the cat and the baby up into the duck's ass.
I latch on.
The duck. No! And the duck is going to impulsively take a shit out of fear.
I angle.
Oh, roll. Go ahead and roll.
Because you were right below.
7.
No! You were so excited that you finally got up to this duck that you latched on, mouth wide open,
No.
and a jet of duck shit goes right into your mouth,
Hairball.
No.
forcing you to let go of the duck.
No. The baby didn't let go after taking 6 damage. Why does that make me let go?
Because the baby is the baby.
The baby's
Also,
OP,
it's
Quinlan.
shat in your mouth.
You should know this by now.
I would like to launch a hairball at the duck before I fall.
Shit-covered hairball. Duck shit-covered
Yes.
hairball.
Go ahead and roll for hairball.
17.
Ooh, that is quite the hairball. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
D6. That's a 6.
A D6.
Ooh. So the duck.
Do I unlodge him
Unlodge him from what?
from the wall?
Oh, no, you guys shot up over the wall.
Oh.
You were propelled high enough that you're in the air right now, above the wall.
Oh.
All of these events are occurring.
Yes.
So you
In
launch
here.
hairball at the duck. The hairball slams into the ass, and it takes 6 damage. And the duck angrily will flap its wings and spread of feathers just in the air. And these feathers are going to start raining down
Oh
on
no.
everybody on the wall.
Oh no.
And
Dave.
the duck is then going to land on the wall. And that's what the duck's going to do. As for Chonk Cat and Baby, Chonk Cat, you should probably try and land on this wall.
Yes. Do I need to make a roll for that?
Yes.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So you managed to land on the wall, but there's a baby holding onto your tail.
There is.
And you latch into the top of the wall, but this baby is hanging onto your tail, kind of like forcing you to sit in place. Because if you were to let go, then the baby would pull you right down.
Right.
So that's what predicament you're in. As for the noodle,
I know what I must do.
there's a storm of feathers coming your way, Mr. Noodle.
Can I push past the feathers and get to the top of the wall?
You may,
Okay, I'll roll.
but I need you to roll me a check.
Yeah, hold on. That's a 17.
Okay, yeah, you get a face full of feathers, but it doesn't really do much as you just kind of blow them away, and you manage to lank your way up to the top of the wall.
Neat.
As for Soap Yorkie, who is currently sliding around like a hockey puck, just kind of spinning around and banging into things. I will eat you! Grumbus is going to look at the Yorkie and go, but it was funny for like 2 minutes, but yeah, I think I can do better. And he's gonna zap the Yorkie again, and now all of its feet are going to turn into springs. And the angry Yorkie is going to wonkily trip over its spring feet, but it's going to start realizing, oh, hey, I could probably use this.
These bounce.
All right, Mr. Penguin. You with your human hands, what do you do?
Freaking
I'm
human
going
hands.
to run towards that body of water to stare at the reflection of
There is
water.
no body of water. There's a fence. The body of water is inside of the fence. But you have to
Okay, then I'll climb the fence.
You're going to climb the fence? You don't even have to roll for it. Your human hands just take you right up it.
Yes.
Just
Oh, God.
You just climb right up.
I want to see myself in the reflection of water.
Anyway, as for the shark with feet, it angrily kind of like blubbers up at all of you because it can't climb. It really can't do anything. And Grumbus is going to notice that, yeah, it can't climb, and that's boring. So he's going to zap the shark, and he's going to replace all of the feet with hands. And now the shark is going to start climbing the wall.
Oh no.
Very slowly because it's big, blubberly, and it doesn't know how to use hands, but it is trying. So the shark is starting to climb the wall. As for the angry Yorkie, it bounces. It just starts jumping up and down towards the bottom of the wall, towards Chunk Cat, and goes,
No.
You are food. I will eat you.
No.
And it's gonna bounce up, and it's gonna get almost up to you and snap. It's not gonna get you, but it was pretty close.
So my tail's currently being held by the baby, so I can't get any higher, correct?
Well, you're on the wall,
Right.
but you're pinched into the wall, because if you were to let go, the baby would drag you down.
Right, but it's holding onto my tail and weighing me down so I can't ascend, correct?
Well, you're at the top of the wall.
Oh.
So imagine yourself, you're on the top of the wall, but the baby's hanging over the edge of the
Okay.
side that you climbed up.
Okay.
So your claws are stung into the wall, because if you let go, the baby will drag you.
Right. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to I can move my tail somewhat, yes?
Yes, you have tail movement.
I would like to use my tail to tickle the baby's nose.
To tickle the baby's... Okay, you do that.
I would like to make the baby
baby-
sneeze and let go.
The baby, upon having its nose kind of tickled by the tail, is going to laugh and just grab your tail
Do I
and
not
start, like, climbing up your tail.
do I not get a roll to make the baby sneeze its way off the wall? I'm trying to go for
It's the baby, bro.
why do
It's the Tarrasque of a one shot, okay? Just,
What can
just
I do
accept
then?
this baby.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
feeling somewhat
Accept your
limited?
fate. Accept your fate. Accept your fate.
So, anyway, Noodle, you're at the top of the wall, and so is the penguin, and so is the duck. The three of you, also Chonk Cat, who is kind of in a baby predicament, can see that there's a bunch of ropes along the wall leading into the big stone center column, and there's some little platforms kind of like strewn about, floating, probably magically. You don't really know how. But, You could probably jump on these platforms, but the thing that you notice is there's a big moat of water around this center island, and you don't really see what's in the moat, but there's definitely something swimming down there that's making ripples.
Oh. Oh no.
But what you do notice is that in the center of the island, there is a very shiny rock that is emitting some type of bright light. Not so bright that it's blinding, but definitely noticeable.
Ferret stealing instinct are going to flare up.
Okay.
And I'm going to immediately want to go get that rock.
All right. You have a couple of options. There's the ropes. There's the platforms. And also, if you look down, you'll notice that there's some panels on the inside of the wooden wall. You don't know what they do though, but they definitely look like panels.
I'm gonna head towards the closest one to me, I guess.
A panel?
Yeah. Or like head
Okay.
down towards one.
So you climb a little bit down the inside of the wall, and you get to a panel. What do you do?
Scratch at it to see if it'll open.
Okay, you scratch the panel, and a boxing glove attached to a stick comes out and punches you in the face.
Fuck!
Upon doing this, it forces your front half to unlatch from the wall. Your bottom half is still latched, but I want you to make me a saving throw to hold on with your bottom half.
Oh shit. Noodle powers activate! Oh fuck! Drop shit, sorry, hold on. That's a... Sorry, I'm in the basement, I dropped it. Where did it go? There it is. That's a 16?
Okay,
Please don't bite
you
me.
manage to hold on, but you slide down quite a bit. And you're, like how you'd be hanging on the wall and you'd be you'd be like a C with your head, the end of the C, hanging down towards the water. And as you're hanging down towards the water, it starts bubbling underneath you. And out from it comes the crocodile.
No!
And this crocodile just lunges out to snap at you.
No!
But you're not quite low enough for it to get you. But if you were a little bit lower, it would have taken you off. And it slams back down in the water and groans and goes, had me a good boy. This is shit. Why do you have to put me in the pit?
Were you once a person too?
I don't know what I was. I just know that I'm hungry. I've been in this pit for like 2 days.
Well, guess what? Up on
Not
top of that
anything.
wall, there's a duck and a really fat cat.
No!
Ow.
And a baby attached to that really fat cat.
Yes.
Well, that does sound quite tasty, but alligator. Maybe you could push him down here, maybe? Oh, I'd certainly do you a favor if you did.
We have a deal.
Oh, all right then. I don't care what you throw down. Just throw down something. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna eye the cat.
I will eat the alligator.
Side note, did the cat notice the punching glove?
The punching glove? I'll have you roll for it, Mr. Cat.
All
See if
right.
you noticed. Or you were too preoccupied with your baby.
I rolled an 8. I'm very preoccupied with this baby.
Yeah, he didn't notice. So, Hand Penguin, what do you do?
I'm on the other side of the fence, right?
You're on the top of the fence. You're on the top of the fence with everyone else.
I will climb down the fence to try to get to the pool of water.
Okay, you're gonna climb down to get to the pool of water. Upon doing this, you get kind of close. Peter snaps to you and goes, Oh boy, what the fuck are you? I don't know what necessarily you might be, but that doesn't look natural, and I don't think that would be good for me diet.
I'm just going to sign finger guns because I suddenly remember what finger guns are.
Oh my god.
The alligator's just gonna look at you and just ignore you because you look very unappetizing.
Alright. To try to catch him off guard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay down on my stomach and crawl using my feet, long hand.
Into the pool of water?
Yes.
You do that. He doesn't care. He's not interested in you.
Okay, good.
You look very
God.
unappetizing with your weird hands.
I'm just going to wave goodbye.
Okay. Anything else?
That is all for now.
Okay, the hand penguin is swimming down with the alligator, but the alligator just does not care. Anyway, Chonk Cat.
Yes.
There's a baby attached to you.
I'm
It's
aware.
climbing up to you. So the baby is going to climb up to your butt.
Yes.
What
Could
do you do?
do I have enough leverage to throw myself over the other side of the wall so the baby is like put in a bad position as a result?
You want to angle the baby to be over the alligator side.
Yes.
Roll for it.
No, I don't.
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
Okay. Oh, you got a 1. Yeah, you try and switch your butt, but it doesn't do anything, and the baby just crawls up more. And now this baby is practically on top of you. And
No.
upon reaching the top of the wall and the top of you, it's going to pet you and go, and then it lets go.
And that's all it wanted.
That
I told
that's
you
all
to
it
succumb.
wanted. And the baby will then look at the duck as the only thing that it hasn't pet yet. And it's going to go after the duck.
Hasn't pet me.
Oh dear.
You weren't near the baby long enough for it to care. So the baby is going to start going for the duck, and the duck is going to go, what? No! Stay away from me! Weird baby! And it is going to run onto one of the ropes. Except the duck only got a 4. So it is going to slide off of the rope, and it's going to hang on with its feet, but it's now hanging upside down on the rope. Ah! These ropes! Greased!
What?
Anyway, Noodle. What do you do, Noodle?
I'm gonna take this opportunity to shout up to the duck. Go by one of the platforms that has the weird little indents. There's a surprise in there. Might help you get down here.
The duck, looking at you, screams, "Can't! Hold on for dear life! Bad!" And if you want, you could try and persuade the duck.
Yeah, I'm gonna persuade the duck
Okay.
to do it anyway. That's a 14.
The duck got a 16, and it's going to stare blankly at you and go, "No! This spot! Not safe, but safer! Ah!"
Alright.
Anyway.
Oh, wait, before.
go
Is
ahead.
the penguin still within distance of me?
The
Or is-
penguin? No, the penguin's down on the boat with the alligator.
I mean, like, how close. Like, could I jump onto the penguin, is the question.
I mean, you could. but there's an alligator in there, and you don't have weird human hands.
Yeah, but the alligator's avoiding the penguin with the human hands, so if I add a ferret on the head...
I mean, yeah, if you want, you can certainly try.
Nah, I'm just gonna scramble onto the next nearest platform so I'm not hanging precariously over the water.
Okay. And as for the chonk cat, from down below, you hear angry growling from a all too but familiar Yorkie. This time, he manages to bounce up onto the wall, and he's right next to you. You! I will make you food! I will eat you!
So we're both on top of the wall.
Yes.
What do I see on the other side of the wall?
Well, the other side of the wall, there's 4 ropes that are greased, leading to the center where the stone is, and then there's a bunch of floating platforms kind of intermittently up and down on the, kind of like where the moat is, and then there's little panels on the inside of the wall that you only know, well, you don't know what's inside of them because you weren't paying attention.
This is, And there's a floor in the center? Or...
Yes, it's like it's a big stone pillar with the shiny rock on it.
Gotcha. So we're trying to get there. I'd like to grapple the dog and take us both over the edge.
Oh, you're gonna both go over the moat.
I'm pulling a Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty type deal.
Okay. Give me a roll for that.
Okay. I swear to God. I need new dice. That's a 3.
Well, the dog got a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so you both dive into the pit. The alligator, upon seeing this, will swim over to where you're falling and open its mouth.
I'm kicking the dog in its direction.
Okay, give me a roll.
17.
Oh, the dog got an 18.
Really?
But instead, both of you will be kicked in different directions and miss the alligator's mouth, but you will both land in the water.
Okay, but I don't like that, being a cat.
No, you don't.
Where's the closest...
I'm gonna take this as ample opportunity and make my way across so they're in
But you see, the dog's feet are springs, and springs are made of metal. The dog just starts sinking.
Where's the...
No, you will be! And then the alligator...
Well, good night,
The
sweet
one who
prince.
wanted to make a meal out of a party member ended up being a meal themselves.
Where's the closest way out of the water that I can see?
That would be the wooden wall.
I'm going there.
Okay, you head to the wooden wall.
Yep.
Upon making it to the wooden wall, you see a kind of wooden panel, a hatch.
Uh-huh.
You don't know what it does.
What do?
I don't know. What does it do?
I'm gonna climb for it.
Okay, you climb for it and you poke the panel.
Yep.
And out comes kind of like little kitty boots with like spikes in them.
With spikes, do you think do they look good for climbing?
They are good for climbing.
I would like to put them on and use them to do the climbing.
Okay, you put them on.
Good, but you need to swim across the water in order to get to the thing.
Oh
No, you could use the ropes or you could jump on the platforms.
Oh, okay. I can use the platform. Well, so the pillar is stone.
Yes.
Do I think that these boots would be useful for climbing stone?
You could certainly try.
All right. I'm gonna try. Well, I need to get across somehow.
Yeah, and you're a bit too fat to jump.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
There are ropes connecting to the platforms, but they are greased, and there are little floating platforms just kind of hovering around the moat.
How much attention is the alligator paying to me?
There is blood in the water, and he is eating that dog.
All right, I'm going to try and go to the other side, like climb around along the
Okay.
wooden wall to get as far away from him as possible, and then I'll try to swim across and get to the stone pillar.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
All right. 14.
Yeah, he doesn't really notice you. He's too busy munching on that dog.
Yep.
And upon that, you will get to the stone pillar, but you've got some climbing to do, fat boy.
I'm going to try and dig those spike boots in there.
All right, give me a roll with advantage due to your booties.
Boots. 17.
Yep, all right. You dig them in, and you start climbing up the stone pillar.
Food.
Anyway, as for the duck, it notices that Chonk Cat is now climbing up towards it.
Ah, stupid cat! Oh God! You will be eaten by Gator thing! Ah!
Not if
And
I eat
it's
you
going to
first.
it's going to try and angle itself to shit on you again.
Well, now I have superior mobility with these boots, so I will ably get out of the way, I think.
All right, give me a roll for it then.
Do I have advantage still?
Not on this roll. This is a check.
All right. 18. I'm feeling frisky.
Yep. So
Feeling friskies.
the duck shit flies right past you and goes straight into the penguin.
Huh?
Oh no.
Mr. Penguin, you have just been sprayed with duck shit. What do you do, Hand Penguin? Rebecca,
Hand penguin. Oh shit. Is there anything in the center of this pool of water?
the stone column. That's it. You're basically in a moat.
Is there anything above the stone column?
Oh, well, you could try and dive into the water and see what's down there. You are a penguin, after all.
Yeah, I'll just dive down to see if there's anything underneath.
Okay. As you dive down, you notice that there's a drain
How large is the drain?
big enough for you.
I'm going to, waddle my way into the
You're
drain.
swimming. It's underwater.
I'm going to tunnel my way into the drain.
Well, you're going to have to take the cover off.
Can I? Okay, well, I have human hands. I don't think it'll be that difficult.
Go ahead, try. Roll for it. I'll give you advantage because you have human hands.
And it doesn't do much good. I have an 8.
You struggle. You don't quite get it off, but it budges. So you could probably spend some time to get that grade off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Noodle. What's the noodle doing?
Well, seeing as the gator got his sacrifice, I am free to traverse the waters without being bothered by him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my noodle body to snake swim through the water with high speeds.
As you do that, you come face to face with the gator.
Yeah?
And the gator is going to look at you and go, I don't know if you necessarily did it, but that was the first thing I've had to eat in days. A bit on the chewy side, but, I'm a gator of me word. And he will dive down and get you on his snoot. And he's going to try and extend himself as far as he can against the stone pillar.
Awesome. I'll scramble up it then, I guess.
Okay, you and Chonk Cat are basically neck and neck up this stone pillar. And as the two of you are climbing up the pillar, you notice the duck freaking the fuck out as the baby is climbing across the greased rope to get to the duck.
Oh no.
Ow! Stay away!
And as you were both paying attention to the baby, the shark with hands has now climbed over the wall.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
And it wants the baby.
Oh, Jesus.
And it is going to dive at the baby.
I'm going to evaluate the situation and decide the duck is no longer worth it.
So,
with this happening.
This shark dives at the baby dives at the duck lets go because it's not worth it. And yeah, Noodle and Chunk, there is a duck, a baby, and a shark coming at you.
Dodge.
I'm out.
I'd like you to make me some rolls.
Some rolls.
Yes. You gotta make a roll to dodge the duck, then you gotta dodge the baby, and then the big one is the shark.
Well, that's a 7
Jesus,
for the
okay.
duck.
Well, the
That's
duck is pretty easy to dodge.
Okay.
So, what did you get, Noodle?
That's a 15 for the duck.
Okay, so the duck just you just zip to the side, and the duck just goes past you and slams ass first into the cat, but rolls off. Cat, you don't fall down because of your booties, but
I try to get a bite full. I try to get a bite full of duck before it falls.
Straight chunk.
yeah, it shits in your mouth on the way down.
Oh,
God.
yeah, that should have seen that
That's
coming.
deserved.
Anyway, now for the baby.
Yes,
Oh, God.
please. That's a 9.
Ooh.
That's a 17?
Yeah, because, okay, so the DCs were going to be 5, 10, and 15, so the baby was a 10.
Oh no.
So the baby latches onto the cat,
No.
and this kind of halts your movement. And the baby just kind of...
I'm going to try and get it to look at the duck, which fell further.
And as you're doing this, there's
Shark.
a shark with hands falling towards you guys.
Please, please.
All right.
That's a 12.
One more go.
That's a 12.
All right.
What are you? That's an 18.
Okay, so the shark slams into Chunk Cat,
No.
and you and the baby and the duck all plummet towards the water.
No.
Bye.
Does the baby let go?
No, the baby does not let go.
Does the shark eat the baby?
No, the shark body checked you into the water,
Okay.
and
We're
now
all floating in water at the moment.
upon hitting the water, you have a baby on your back. The shark is looking at you and is going to strike, but then is contested by an alligator.
Yes.
A very hungry alligator.
And now the shark and the alligator are fighting each other and eating each other.
Oh no.
Gross.
So there is blood and water and chunks going everywhere.
And I'm very unhappy for being in the water again.
Damn.
More unhappy of the water than,
Mr. Penguin,
part of the
you
eat
like to
fest.
try and pull that grate off again.
Yes.
Well,
And I got advantage, right?
yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Because your human hands.
1! 18!
You rip the grate off, and upon doing this, you hear like a, and then all of the water starts being sucked into that hole,
Oh,
and you get taken right into it.
Good.
Mr. Cat, you notice the water is starting to go down, and there's a lot of suction towards the bottom.
oh God.
Oh.
I'd like you to make me a roll so you don't get sucked into that hole, Mr. Chunk.
Well,
Cat is not having a good day.
that's a 13 though, so maybe that's a good.
You manage to get over to the wall and cling onto it, and hold yourself against this current.
For dear life.
Ooh. As for the baby, it got a nat 1.
Yes!
And it rips out some of your hair as it lets go.
Screw you,
It gets
baby!
sucked. It gets sucked right down into the hole. and it's gone.
Freedom
And
at
the
last.
penguin.
Then the shark gets sucked down, and it plugs up the hole. But it's just stuck there, and the alligator is going to start munching on the shark.
I will climb victorious.
Anyway, Mr. Penguin, as you're being sucked through this dark chasm of pipes and being shot every which way that you know possible, you end up getting spit out. And you're spit out into a room. It's kind of dark. You don't really know what the room would be for. But you see a panel. And on the panel, there's a switch. And the switch says, forward, reverse, and fire.
Uh-oh.
Oh God. Hello? Oh wait,
Hello.
sorry.
You,
I was looking at memes.
yeah.
God damn
You're
it.
in a room. There's a panel
Okay.
on the wall. And it says forward, reverse, and fire are the settings.
Damn it, Rebecca.
Forward!
You press forward. So, Chonk Cat and Noodle,
Yes.
as you're
Yes.
sitting there on the stone platform, it lurches and it starts getting taller.
I was trying to climb the pillar.
Yeah, the pillar is getting taller.
Oh.
It's getting higher. It's going up.
I'm being taken along with it.
Yes, because
We're-
you're roughly in the same spot,
Yeah, we're both being taken along with it.
and the pillar is going to extend up into the ceiling.
Oh shit. I dive off
And that's
onto
where-
the side.
And that's where we'll stop right now. You can still get to the top. It's not in the ceiling, but it's near the ceiling.
Oh god, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the shiny thing anyway then, I guess.
Okay, you're going for the shiny thing. Rebecca,
Yes.
do you mess with any of the other settings?
Fire?
Fire.
God damn it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you flip the fire switch, and the water inside of the moat, it just all lights on fire. All
Horrible.
of it. You
Good
hear
thing
a
I was-
screaming alligator being burned alive.
What?
Good thing I'm
No!
climbing.
So there's now a pit of fire below you. And as for the baby, while you're sitting there fucking with these switches, you hear something unsubmerged from the water.
You cannot
it
get
looks
rid
at
of this
you.
baby.
And it goes. It's going to start making its way over to you.
Just succumb. Just let it
I
happen.
will do the unexpected. I'm going to take the baby and cradle it in my human arms.
And the baby will look at you and fall asleep in your human hands.
Jesus Christ.
This
Just imagining it's like
Most
it's not even
disturbing
just
mental
normal
image.
hands, it's like moving.
this penguin with human hands cradling this baby.
Oh my god, what if they're yaoi hands?
No! Don't make it worse.
Yeah. Would you like to do anything else, Penguin Hands?
No!
Okay. Chunk Cat and Noodle, what do you do?
So I'm
For
still on
shiny
the
thing.
I'm still on the pillar, yeah?
Yes.
I think we're racing is what it sounds like.
I'm going for the shiny thing.
All right, give me some rolls.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I have suffered
Sorry,
so
Nat
much.
20.
I need this. You first.
You know you go first.
No, you.
I got
No,
a
you.
I got a 13. What'd you get? Did you get a nat 20?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Okay. Noodle just shoots up the pillar and just goes straight to the top. Chunk
It's a
Cat,
shiny thing.
you managed to get to the top, but not before the noodle, and the noodle is already about to grab the shiny. So, what do you do, Chunk Cat?
I would like to rage.
Okay, you use catnip,
Yes.
and what do you do?
I mean, what can I do?
You
Besides...
could fight the noodle over the shiny rock.
Oh, I am at the top, yes.
No.
I attack the noodle.
Okay, give me a roll.
17. Haha.
Damn.
That hits the noodle.
Damn.
Roll me 2d6.
2d6.
You're
4.
gonna kill me.
4.
Attack the
Alright.
noodle.
The noodle has taken 4 damage.
I'm still gonna grab the shiny.
The chonk will not be
Noodle.
denied.
Noodle, what do you do?
I'm gonna ignore that bitch slap and grab the shiny.
You're gonna try and grab the shiny.
Yes.
Okay, so you try and grab the shiny, and you get knocked back from it.
What?
And Grumbus flies up and says,
Only one can stand on the platform. There are two.
That's bullshit. I'm tiny. He's big. Oh Jesus! Alright,
Grumbus,
I'm gonna
Gr-
fucking
Grumbus,
tail him off.
Grumbus will shrug, and then he'll shoot you with a bolt of magic, and both of your hands, they turn into Nokia phones.
Oh my god. We're indestructible. I'm gonna slap him with my Nokia phone hands.
So, let me get this straight. We're on top of a pillar, a chonk, a cat, and a ferret battling to the death with the moat of fire below us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
with Nokia phone hands.
Okay, give me a roll, Phoebe.
Sabanya. Bada bing, bada 17.
Yep, that hits the chunk. And then I'd like you to roll me a d12 for your
What?
Nokia phones.
Oh no, they're bludgeoning weapons.
That is an 11.
All right, chunk that
And-
takes 11 damage.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ow? Question mark?
Ow, question mark. Chunk Cat, what do you do?
I would like to yeet the ferret over the
No.
edge.
You're gonna try and yeet the ferret.
Yeet the noodle.
All right. I would like you to try and grapple the noodle, and noodle, I would like you to try and not get grappled.
I'm gonna resist.
Noodle! That went off the
Resist.
table. Okay, no, that's cocked.
18.
Well, that's about to be expected.
What?
That's a 1.
Oh.
Oof. Chunk Cat, you try and grab the noodle, and the noodle just accordions out of the way, and you are on the edge.
Oh no.
Noodle, what do you do?
I'm gonna tail whip him off.
All right, roll for tail whip.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
That's another net 20.
Oh.
Okay, Chunk Cat, you get tail whipped off the tower.
I would like to fall in slow motion and like cat scream a no.
Sorry, not sorry.
And you fall into the mode of fire down below.
It's okay.
This
It's a
is what
classic.
happens
It's
when
a
you try
classic
to just
Disney
spew.
death. I'll turn out to be alive in like a year for the sequel.
Anyway, Noodle, you are all alone on the top. What
My
do you
shiny.
do?
My shiny.
Okay, you grab the shiny. And upon grabbing the shiny, Grumbus will fly up and go,
Ah, yes. Congratulations. You're the winner. Now, for your reward, I'll turn you back to what you originally were.
It's gonna be something stupid, isn't it?
Are you ready?
Not really.
he snaps his fingers, and you turn into a sandwich.
I think the penguin had the best ending.
Is this a fucking... Oh my god! The most cursed one gets the best ending. Oh my god. Fucking penguin with yowie hands cradling a baby.
So yeah, that's the end.
Chonk Cat will have his revenge.
He's dead.
I can't.
You could always
Yeah,
eat
as
the
if you're
sandwich.
wondering, no matter who won, you would have been turned into a sandwich.
Of course.
This poor goblin's so bored that he's turning food into animals and making them fight to be turned back into food. And they don't even know.
Yep.
Well,
What the fuck?
I feel like
That was
That was fun.
Grumbus's battle royale.
That
I
was
feel
brilliant.
I feel like I'm gonna have to upload this one.
It felt like a mud run. Sloppy and disgusting, but still good fun.
Oh no.
I like how you're all just like, I told you I was going to take you for a wild ride.
Oh my god. I'm ready for death now.
If you were forever cradling a
Baby.
baby in
Yeah,
your
I'm
yowie
pretty
penguin.
sure. I'm pretty sure I'm in like a doorless room just cradling a baby right now.
And if you're wondering, yes, I threw that together in 10 minutes.
I'm not surprised, but still impressed.
God.